Coming up,
People are always so interested in needlepoint, and every step of needlepoint is hand done. So it's hand painted, hand stitched, and hand finished.
learn how to needlepoint stitch with me. We'll go over the basics and find out more about the soothing meditative benefits of this age-old craft. All of that and more is today on SoFlo Health. Hello and welcome to SoFlo Health. I'm Hunter Frankie, and on this show, we've taken you all over South Florida and shown you a lot. We teach you how to work out, where you can eat healthy, we give you healthy information, we interview doctors, we even share with you activities and hobbies that you can take part in. There's not a whole lot of things that you can do that when you're done with them, you have a memento left over. Well, today, you will if you participate in needlepointing. That's right, it's not crocheting, it's not cross-stitching, it's needlepointing, and we're gonna learn what the difference is in Aventura with a local shop owner. Let's go meet Shayna. Hey Shayna, how are you?
Hey, I'm good. How are you?
I'm great. I'm excited to start needlepointing. Is that what you would say?
Yes, we are needlepointing today.
All right. For people that do not know, including myself, what is needlepointing?
So needlepoint is a needle art form. There's many different needle arts. There's knitting, there's crochet, there's hook rug, there's, cross stitch. There's a million different forms. So this is just one that falls under the umbrella of a needle art.
All right. And what does it require to get started if somebody's interested in doing it?
Not much. You need to find either a needlepoint store in person, a brick and mortar, or you can shop online, and you need a canvas, some threads, a scissor, and a needle.
All right.
That's it.
And when it comes to why you'd want to do this, so why do you needlepoint?
It's something that's in my blood. All the women in my family have done it, and I am just the only one who brought it to a store.
And how did this get started?
So I've been slowly working towards this for many years. I was first a needle pointer, then I was a designer, and then I started teaching classes online, and eventually it just led me here, and I decided to open my shop a few months ago.
Well, congratulations.
Thank you.
It's beautiful in here. There's lots of pretty colors, which I like.
Thank you.
And today, we're going to be making this, correct?
Yes, I painted that for you.
Thank you so much.
And we are going to learn on that canvas.
We love it. So this is called a canvas.
Yes.
And what do you use this for?
So essentially it's like color by number. This is stitch by color. So this is your guide to know where to stitch on the canvas, and so that your design is brought to life with thread.
And you said that you painted this for us. Is that
did.
how these are made?
Yes, all canvases are hand painted. The needlepoint industry is slowly moving into being able to print canvases, but for many, many, many generations, they've always been hand painted, and that's what I do.
Yeah, it seems almost like it should just stay painting because it's already something that is an old practice that we want to keep true to.
Yes, absolutely. People are always so interested in needlepoint, and every step of needlepoint is hand done. So it's hand painted, hand stitched, and hand finished.
All right, and how long is it going to take to make this?
That all depends on you, how quickly you stitch. This canvas is a 6x4, so if you're stitching every day, for an hour or so, it should take you a week or two to finish.
So we won't be done on this episode,
No.
but we'll get as far as we can, and we'll certainly have fun doing it. So what's the next step?
Now we are going to choose some threads.
All right, we'll choose some threads, and you can watch this. Welcome back to SoFlo Health. I'm Hunter Frankie, that's Shayna, and we're still at SBT Stitches, about to begin needlepointing, but you need thread, and we picked some.
Yes.
Tell us about it.
So these are my favorite threads. These threads are 50% silk and 50% wool. When needlepoint first made its big round, when our grandmothers were stitching, the most popular thread to stitch with was wool. And so a lot of people gravitate towards this thread because it incorporates the wool into it. But we have many different types of thread in needlepoint. For example, we have threads that are 100% silk, like these ones and these ones over here. We have some straw ones that are great for beach hats or baskets or something like that. We have a lot of glitter. We have velvet. We have 100% wool if you want to stitch with wool. We have cotton. Like the options are endless.
Yeah, well, the good news is you don't have to remember all that. You can
Yes.
just ask Shayna or
Exactly.
your local shop. So anyway, let's begin with the stitching. We've got the canvas, we've got the
Yes.
threads.
Yes.
What do you say we take a seat and get started?
Let's do it.
Let's do it. We'll see you in just a bit. I'm ready to begin. Are you ready to begin?
I'm ready.
Well, of course you are, but I'm here getting ready. But before we talk about the next step, take a look at this. You're telling me that this was the canvas,
Yes.
and this is the final product?
Yes, and so you take this canvas, you choose whatever threads you want. This one, I believe, was stitched with some glitter in it, as you can
Yeah,
see, some
look at that.
metallics. And this, you can use it as a Christmas ornament on your Christmas tree. You can hang it on a doorknob, and you just enjoy what you've made.
I, like many people at home, thought everything just turned out to be a flat square like this, but that's not the case.
No.
You have some pink thread.
Yes.
What do we do next?
Okay, so step one, you have to thread your needle. So we pull out a piece of thread, always pull straight up, and we thread our needle. There are such things that exist called a needle threader, if you're not so good at threading your needle, but I have done it so many times that it's like magic. And then you're going to tie a knot in your thread. So I do a little snazzy knot. Oops. There we go. We got a knot.
Okay.
So we're going to start stitching. When you're needle pointing, you're always stitching from the right side of the area to the left side of the area, and you're always looking at the color of the intersection, not the color of the hole. We are going to start by putting our thread below. We're going to anchor our thread down so that when we stitch over it, it gets held in place, and then we cut off our knot. So we're going to start on this first intersection here. You're always going from the right to the left, and you're going from the bottom left of the intersection to the top right, a forward slash. So here we go. You come up here, bottom left, and we go in on the top right. And that is
Bottom
our
left to top right. And that's our first stitch?
That's our first stitch.
Okay, well, while you watch this, I'm going to see if I can figure out how to do this. Look, I did it. And it is needle pointing at SBT Stitches with Shayna. I'm Hunter Frankie. Welcome back to SoFlo Health. And I finished my first row.
You did a great job.
It only took about 5 minutes. But it was kind of meditative almost. I was hyper focused because you don't want to mess it up, and it's a new thing, which is fun to learn.
Yes.
Now, my question is, you said that we always go from right to left.
Yes.
Correct? Well, what if I need to go down this next row? What do I do?
So now you're going to flip the direction of your stitch. So instead of working from the bottom to the top, you're now going to work from the top to the bottom.
All right.
So let's see how you
try
do
this
row.
move now. So I'm going through this shared hole here.
Yep, good job.
And then I'm now going down to this one here.
Yes.
It's a little dicey when it looks like you've already been through there.
Yes.
Great. All right, well, let's see if I can get this next row, and you can watch this. You see that? That's where I messed up. But fortunately, Shane is here to help me undo what I've done.
Yes.
So what happens if someone is like me and messes it up?
So you never want to run your needle back through the hole because you can create a big knot. So we take the needle off the thread, and you use your needle almost like a toothpick, and you just pick this thread out, and you rethread your needle.
And you rethread and you start again.
And you start again.
Well, that was a lot less disastrous than I thought it was going to be.
Yes. Here you go.
Okay, so I've gotten my second row. I messed up the third row because I was getting a little too confident. Now I'm going to continue, and the next time you see me, I won't be done, but I'll be in another segment of the show. Welcome back to SoFlo Health. I'm Hunter Frankie. Next to me is Shayna of SBT Stitches, and I am stitching my last few stitches of the H in SoFlo Health using the canvas that she hand painted for us. Shayna, thank you so much for having us and teaching me. That's all we have for this week's episode of SoFlo Health. As always, you can watch previous episodes of SoFlo Health at SoFloShows.com. You can follow us using @SoFlo Health to share with us what you're doing to stay healthy. And until next week, it's goodbye, good health, and decent stitching.